Hello, you know, it's me, Zacarias. I'm sorry, I got my shirt off. This is hot in this apartment. Remember, I told you we ain't got the air conditioner hooked up yet. The reason why that I'm gonna make a video, I wanted to make a video about my girl Beyonce, and I have been quiet. I had a lot of stuff on this phone and this computer. Uploading videos take a long time to do. Sometimes, and then when you don't have too much files, I gotta get something to do with this computer so I can actually do my videos and upload on YouTube. Something has to change. But anyway. I'm gonna defend my Creole sister. I told you my background is African American, French Creole, English, I'm not Irish, Native American. Okay, and I'm gonna defend her because I think I defend her prior to the situation that happened, Super Bowl, so much, but also even though it was a month ago, I must say what I want to say on my channel. First, Beyonce's not racist. In the song Formation, she said. Her dad is Alabama, mama Louisiana. You mix that Negro with a Creole. And if anybody knows about French Creole people, us, many of us are mixed with African American, French, and Native American. Some of us also, I'm not me, I don't know anything Spanish in my background, although yo hablo Espanol because I'm from Texas and I went to Latino high school. But some people are mixed with Spanish as well because Spain used to own Louisiana way before the French came there. The Acadians, known as Cajuns, Cajuns were French Canadians they came from Canada to Louisiana because of persecution of Anglo-Saxon WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, bigotry that was going, against them in the in Canada. Okay, point is, so that's what many of us are mixed with. We have other things in our background as well. I want to say this, that when someone says they're Creole, they are including a lot of races as a mixed culture. And when she did the Super Bowl and she did the song Formation, she had done New Orleans and said stop killing us, the police car in the water during the Katrina, represent what happened almost 11 years ago now because it's 2016, but actually last year was 10 years ago what happened in Hurricane Katrina. And and then people was upset about the Malcolm X situation. I think I did comment about that, but I'm gonna talk more. There was so much going on that the part that they had, and I've been saying this on social media through typing, but I'm gonna actually say this. Eric Holder, who's controlled of the Department of Justice, I think the Department of Public Safety. See, one of those things, okay. And Obama needs to get these cops that would not go to her concert. I do not want the Nation of Islam to work. No, I'm serious, because they are just as racist as those cops who are boycotting Beyonce's concert. Okay, if anybody know how racist that organization is, I'm not either too. That's why on my channel I have folks like them, even though they may be not part of them, but have the same mentality, attacking me along with the white racist rednecks. Well, I do have a multiracial experience right there. Hello. Anyway, point is, because I'm not on either side, okay? I'm not going to be a sellout by kissing up to someone like Trump and defend white supremacists, and I'm definitely going to, defend so-called black nationalists who ain't pure black, but on a claim so they try to have the same power as white folks. That's and use one drop rule that was used against us. So point is, I need somebody to mix those two mixed brothers in power right now, and I'm talking about Obama and who's the other guy, Eric Holder. Y'all need to get these cops out the force and hire some new people. That's exactly what you need to do. About her concert, if they can protect the Ku Klux Klan, like what happened in Pasadena, California, then they can protect Beyonce. Okay? Because Beyonce was not being anti-police. I'm getting very tired of that situation. When people talk about Black Lives Matter, and these racists know exactly what we're talking about, we're saying that people of African American lives doesn't matter just like anybody else. When they have Latino Lives Matter, there's Latino Lives Movement as well. There's any Latino Lives Matter, just like in Native Lives Matter. And as a person who also mixed with Native American, I have to mention that, okay? That's why these movements, if it's Asian Lives Matter or Arabian Lives Matter, Muslim, we need to know that too. Because a lot of these cops, they want white Anglo-Saxon Protestantism in modern day society, and male dominant, should I say? Because white females do not get all that, does not escape this oppression either, okay? That's why we have to affirm action as women and minorities. Hello. So point is, since they want to boycott, like in Florida and other places, in New York, they need to get all those cops' information and actually get them out the workforce. You're actually denying your do the job. You are paid to do that job, regardless. If you're paid to protect the Ku Klux Klan and all these other people, then you're also protecting Beyonce, even though you don't like what she say. Because last time I checked, she has the freedom of speech, and she was not being anti-police. Okay, point blank. What they want to say is that they want her to ignore the issue and continue to attack minorities, because not only people of African American descent are being attacked, so are Hispanics, so are Native Americans. I mean, besides Sandra Bland, they had that Native American sister that, you know, mixed with Native American say that, who was killed in a jail cell. You know what I'm saying? So let me let you know that people of color are under attack, and people of color need to wake up and stop thinking that we live in a dream world. We do not live in a dream. That's why I talk about racial issues, and I live in Texas, the racist place in the world. Okay, yeah, this is a racist state. Okay, trust me, I would love to live in New York, where it's more liberal. You know, not the small towns. I know they're a little racist. I'm talking about in New York City, where it's very diverse and everything else. I'm a liberal person. I mean, I'm a liberal living in a conservative state. Trust me. My point is, that's the whole reason why that I'm defending Beyonce, because there was she said she's actually meant she has white DNA in her when she says Creole. And as a person who is mixed, I don't care what white people think. I'm getting very tired of people African American saying, well, white people don't see you as mixed. White people are not God. Can y'all please get in your head? And the white folks who individually think that, I don't fool with them. Also, I have white relatives. Let me explain something. Yes, I do. Because while I was tracing my ancestry on Ancestry.com, I got a lot of information about how to go in England, about my fourth great grandmother who was a white woman who had a mixed child. Okay, I traced her roots and got it from other white relatives. I also was talking to one of the white relatives that I thought was a big lives now. That now I think there's something else besides white in his background based on his appearance. He lives in Texas. So don't tell me that I'm not mixed. That's my cousin. Now, I don't care what white folks say. I'm getting tired. See, I want to attack this situation, but you're not attacking the big picture. You don't ever let an ignorant person tell you how to live your life. I don't understand. This is a problem. That's why we failing as a people. We let ignorant people tell us how to live. Even not only those in the the white community, but yet those in the African American community who are just as ignorant as hell. They trying to tell you how to live their life too. And I'm tired of that bull crap. I like to run my own life. You know, what happened to being an individual and practice individuality? I grew up in the 90s when it was actually practice. Okay? But Beyonce was not being racist. Beyonce was talking about, excuse me, stop killing people of my African American descent people, African American descent people. That's exactly what she was trying to tell people. That was the whole point of her message. And then about the X in the, even a white man who was Irish American was telling me after I came from work, and I was talking about my mixed background. He was from California. And he said he knew people in the Black Panther movement. It was not about racist. He said that's one of the people who, what's that high y'all brother? I forgot the doggone name. Hugh and Newton, all of them. Remember, those folks were college, people, and also Angela Davis. They were not trying to be racist. They was trying to stop police brutality, okay? But later on, some folks being thuggish came into the group and change the whole formation of the group. Like, for example, you have someone like Cornel X, who I do not support. Now, I do agree with some of his views that's not racist, okay? When he's talking to answer a box woman, I can't stand that white woman, okay? I don't like her either. But at the same time, I can't stand Cornel X because he part of the Black Panther movement, the new Black Panther movement that's very racist, okay? And also the Nation Islam. So, just like I don't like the Ku Klux Klan and neo-Nazis, I do not like the Nation Islam either. That's why what I live my life as, I get constant attack based on their stupid views. That they want their expectations. Please, folks, don't put your expectations in my life. I live by how I want to live and live my own expectations. I want you to understand that as an individual, and I have to keep it because I'm almost 40 years old. Because I look young, don't try to make that determination. I'm almost getting old, and I continue to do that until the day I die. But point is, I don't want this woman to have her reputation messed up by having a racist group that actually killed Malcolm X due to the fact that he mentioned that the Yellowbone girls, the teenage girls that were sleeping with Elijah Muhammad. I don't want that to happen. Okay? There's two bad extremes here. What they need to do is get those two mixed brothers who's in charge of the Department of Safety and all this other stuff and get those cops or right racist cops out the police force who will not help Beyonce and get new bread of any color who have a different mentality in the police force. You're not going to lose your pensions. I mean, you're not going to lose no money by kicking these folks out. Just like a job. If I was employer and the employer was not doing what an employee ain't supposed to do, I'm going to fire him or her. And I got somebody else, because someone else going to look for a job. You got more people who are trying to become police officers these days, including minorities. Okay, as long as there ain't no pocho and no cooning. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That's worse than the white cop. Okay, the pocho and the coon. Y'all know y'all been on, if y'all been following me on YouTube, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, but that's what they need to do, is get new people with different mindset, different mentality of any race of color who does not have this bigoted mentality, who have this abusive mentality, into the police force. That's exactly what they need to do. And Eric Holder needs to stop. I don't know what he sees. He said he'll stop this killing stuff, but I don't hardly see too much. Can y'all please educate me on this? I don't see, like, for example, they let Tamir Rice, the guy who killed Tamir Rice, get by. They let Darren Wilson get by. Why Obama and Eric Holder is not putting these people in check? I don't understand that. But instead of trying to get the nation Islam to be security, no, please don't do that. Don't do that. What they need to do is get these two mixed brothers, these two high yellow mixed brothers, to get together and kick the folks of these police forces across the country who's trying to boycott Beyonce's concert. That's exactly what you need to do, because they put their name in blood to protect anything. That's why they protect the Ku Klux Klan when they marking down in mixed neighborhoods. And well, put on white neighborhoods too, but they went to their black and Hispanic neighborhood, which I don't understand how black, like Latino and people African American who be beefing with each other and being black and brown racism, but y'all got together in Pasadena to kick the Ku Klux Klan out the same stuff that y'all do to each other. I don't understand that mess. I don't understand that. It goes in the prison systems and it goes out in the street. I don't understand that concept. I really don't understand it. Can someone educate me about that? But at the same time, I will prefer Eric Holder. If you listen to my channel, you need to get those cops out of the police force. Have them being fired and not come back to the police force wherever they're going to. They have to go to another country and become a police officer, because this is serious. And beyond my beehives out there, if you really support Beyonce, you will actually tweet Beyonce. You will actually tweet Eric Holder and President Obama, who's still in office, before hopefully don't get Donald Trump. Because God forbid, if he do become President Donald Trump, I'm going to cross the border. I'm going to Mexico. You can say I don't care. You know, I said in my other video. You need to get rid. But this whole situation with Tammy Lorraine, and I said in my other video, there was no reason to be attacking her family. Okay, I know she's a right racist woman, but I just don't. Like Thompson, I don't like that coon. The dark skinned guy who's a coon, who's Afro Latino, should I say, saying all this stuff, but attacking his daughter and talking about she like Celie. Are y'all for real? First of all, she not same shade as Thompson. I wish I stopped trying to put people that's not dark skinned as dark skinned to permit your white supremacist agenda or the expectation. That's exactly what you're trying to, or black identify, blacking down crap. That's exactly two extremes y'all trying to do. I ain't stupid. I know type of games you're playing. Thomas Sotomayor's daughter does not look like a doggone Celie from what's it called, from Color Purple. And by the way, she's lighter than Whoopi Goldberg, or the woman who played Celie when she's a teenager. Okay, so don't go there with me. You know I know my skin tones and differences, and I bring it up about mine. So don't go there with me. But I would involve his child, his daughter. Come on, y'all, please. His mama, they got nothing to do with his bull crap. Beefing with him only. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, she talking about racism stuff, but I bet she support Donald Trump. Talking about Tommy Lorraine, whatever her name is. Okay. So the whole situation in Rudy Giuliani. Y'all need to shut the heck up. Please shut up. Because what you're saying is that you want cops talking about all lives matter. I was telling somebody online, if you actually believe all lives matter, you will actually tell the cops to protect all lives matter. You actually would tell them to stop shooting people of African American descent, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, anybody of color mixed with whatever. Our majority of us are mixed, we're not pure anything. But the point is, you will actually sit there and say stop only protecting white people, because that's exactly what you're doing. Like, for example, we had the little white dude that went to Mexico, because he killed a bunch of people here in Texas, killed a bunch of people on the highway. The stupid judge let him get by with probation, and he cannot drink alcohol, so he should be put in jail and tried as an adult. Because trust me, if it was a white, if it was a Hispanic or black dude, or a person African descent or his Latino that shot or that killed a bunch of people on the freeway, they would charge that dude as an adult. Do y'all know that? But since he was white, he had money. Oh yeah, y'all gonna see here, let him get by, and he ain't above by the rules. Remember, besides that, his parents are career criminals. Y'all talking about the offense or whatever called offense or disease, whatever he has, offense or whatever. What point is? The friends of team. What point is? Now, when he got caught, I'm glad that white woman, she did a good job. She took a picture of him drinking and put it on Twitter, and it got a lot of news. And when they tried to get the young dude, he's 18 now, he went across the board, dyed his hair dark, trying to be a light-skinned Mexican, you know what I'm saying, and passed as one, because, you know, Mexicans come in different colors too, because they're mixed as well. And so, he trying to pass, and he got his mother with him. And they charged the mama. They shouldn't. I don't know what's on that case, but they let you know, if it was Devontae or Jose that did what he did, or Devontae or Jose would be locked up by now. Okay? At 16, try as adult. Let's be honest with you. Okay? I ain't mean to be stereotypical. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay? So that's why we say Black Lives Matter, Latino Lives Matter, because most people African American descent that's being killed by, they're killing white folks too. They had one dude with the same name as I do, same name as I have, that was killed. And my heart goes out to the family, and I'm glad the white parents said, now we see what's going on, you know what I'm saying? But they're actually approaching men, especially men of color, women of color too, but men of color. And as I was looking at the other report, they're killing Native American people. And this is our land, and I'm mixed with many of us mixed with Native American. We're not full-blown blacks. I don't go to that one-drop mess. Never helped me, never did nothing for me while I was something that was used against me. Anyway, because white race people create that mess. Anyway, point is, they're killing our Native American brothers too. So I want y'all to understand that if Trump get in that seat, it's going to be 10 times worse. That's what I'm saying. I'm crossing that Rio Grande and stay in Mexico. I know enough Spanish, because I've been speaking Spanish since I was 16 years, prior to becoming 16 years old. Back in 95, I went to Latino high school. That's why yo canto español, Zacarias. Hello, mi llamo es Zacarias. Hello, thank you. So that's the whole reason why that I'm going there, because if anybody know their history, when Texas was stolen from Mexico, the whole reason why was over slavery. And that's why I mentioned about the Mexicans mixed with black, because the second president of Mexico was partially black and Spaniard Native American named Vicente Guerrero. He the one banned slavery in Mexico. Spaniards, white Spaniards, brought slaves there. They were trying to slay the Native Americans. They didn't work. They brought African slaves there. That's why you had George Lopez DNA test and Jessica Alba's second test on PBS Find Your Roots. The African DNA actually showed, compared to on George Lopez, the show when she did it the first time. Come on now, that's the DNA test is not always accurate. Well, it actually showed, because I know them big lips and wide nose, she had some black in her. Anyway, point is, in Eva Longoria and all, okay, thank you. So, that's why they showing some African DNA in them, okay? I've been saying it a long time. They have PBS, Black and Latin America, Mexico, Peru, Black Grandmama. I knew all about that before them series came up, and I was glad they finally started talking about that. Well, anyway, in Texas, the reason why the Alamo was stolen, that's the whole reason why, because the issue of slavery. White Anglo-Saxon Americans who were from the South brought black, mixed, and pure slaves in Texas. Right at a couple years after they had banned slavery, they were staying in Texas. They actually immigrated illegally to Texas when it was part of Mexico. And so, since when the governor Coahuila found out about this, they demanded those slaves to be free. And so, what happened was, when they demanded slaves to be free, these white slave masters who were from the South, American South, should I say, said, well, if we lose the slaves, well, we need to get paid for the slaves, because, that was free labor, what I'm saying, and it was getting paid for that. The white folks getting paid, but it wasn't, okay. So, point is, a lot of corporations, like the prisoners owners, a lot of corporations who we have today benefit from slavery, and still to this day. So, point is, so what happened was, the Mexican government said, well, we ain't paying you nothing. You gonna go by our rules or go, one or two. So you have like Houston, the city is named by Sam Houston, David Crockett. We hear about he was a hero. He was not a hero. Stephen L. Austin, okay? Them folks was on the Texan side. Sadly, you had some Tejanos Mexicans who were in Texas who was taking their side, and some mulattoes también. Okay? Yes, if you read about, I've got the book called Ready, and I was in El Paso about the black Texan history. There were two mulatto men born by black women and white men slave masters. Yeah, exactly. Who fought on the Texan side, and they had a black slave on their on their side too. Okay, and what happened? Folks don't understand how Santa Anna lost the war. He was not a loser. I tell a lot of Mexican people he was not being a loser. I mean, the only thing that you make him lose to, he was on drugs, and they had drugs in those days. There was, if you ever heard the term the Yellow Rose of Texas, and we in the South, when we see someone like Beyonce, Alicia Keys, Mariah Carey, we say Yellow Bone, that actually goes back into history. There was a woman named Emily Morgan, sometimes they call her Emily West. She was a runaway slave or free woman, but she was under, I think she was running for her master, something like that, I heard. And she was so beautiful. I'm not being used to it, but that's what they described her. They said, and saw her exotic beauty. He took her up in his horse. When they right there by the Ship Channel, the Washburn Tunnel area in Pasadena area, they caught Santa Anna with his drawers on. Yeah, they're about to do the wild thing. Emily Morgan in Santa Ana, and there's this hotel in San Antonio called Emily Morgan Hotel. Thank you. That's the Yellow Rose of Texas. And how they got him, besides catching him, he was on drugs. I mean, he was a drug addict. And they gave him drugs, and that's how they made him lose the war. And since that, as I'm telling the story, why I keep saying it was no wonder I love Mexican culture and Latino culture so much. Because if anybody knows the history of the Black Seminoles was when Andrew Jackson bought Florida from Spanish Florida. Folks don't understand that besides Mexico, but Texas was not part of the Confederacy then. In the South, a lot of black people, and maybe mixed as well, who ran away from slave masters went to Florida, Spanish Florida, where there were Seminoles. Seminoles and black folks intermarried. And we hear about the Nat Turner Rebellion. Well, they also had the Black Seminole Rebellion, where the pure Seminoles and mixed blacks and pure ones got together and beat the slave masters trying to come in their territory. Well, Andrew Jackson, who was wicked, bought the Spanish Florida, and later on kicked the Native Americans, the five Select tribes, the Cherokee, the Choctaws in my DNA, try to say. Cherokee, Choctaw, Creek, Seminole, Chickasaw out their lands. They was forced to go to Indian Territory, which is known as Oklahoma. And in Oklahoma, and during that time, the Cherokees, there were people, African Americans, doing the Cherokees with them. Okay, and there was mixed. Some was free people, some was slaves, and sometimes even though they had part white, part Native American people who were being a sellout, they were trying to cut civilized tribes, so trying to set the white culture by being enslaving and believing in prostitution and everything. Yeah, that's exactly what they're calling it. Okay, well, they owned slaves too, and they were being very harsh. But you had Native people who owned slaves, because if they go back, see what happened is when a black person, people don't talk about this, will go to the Native American community. If the white racist person tried to come back and get their slave, they had no say so. So a Native American person had to buy them in order to keep them there, so that a white person would not take them away. Folks don't know about that. That's another reason why that was practiced. So when they was going to Indian Territory, Native American to Oklahoma, the Black Seminoles also had to deal with racism within. They had Native American people who were brainwashing it, white racism, such as some, not all of them. And you had some of the mixed ones who were part white and part Native American, who was doing the slave master. That's the main ones who were doing the slave master, should I say. So they had to escape there. Not only they had the Kickapoos, who was from Michigan, they was kicked out their land. So they were coming to Texas too. So they got together with Black Seminoles, and runaway slaves, and the Muskogos were called them runaway slaves, and also the Muskogos. The Muskogos were runaway slaves, freedmen and runaway slaves, and the Black Seminoles and Kickapoos went to flee to Rio Grande to go to Coahuila, and there's a place called Las Negros. So And folks understand, black and brown history kicks in. They actually intermarry Mexicans there too. And I ain't talking about African slave trade to Veracruz, the colonial Mexico. I'm talking about actually people African American descent going there and mixing there. Okay. Also, as well, that the black Seminoles fought in the Mexican army. And what happened was, there were white slave masters from Texas, when they became part of the Confederacy, tried to steal them. Well, Texas Republic and Confederacy, those two time periods, tried to steal them, tried to make them slaves and bring them back to Texas. Mexican government actually protect the black Seminoles. So that's the whole reason why that I'm not with the black and brown racism stuff. Because I went up another thing, I saw pochos there too who were trying to be white, and I would laugh in my face, because same thing where they was trying to be friends with a white person. White person is looking at them as another, another version of NIGGR and KK WEBICK to them who speak Spanish. That's exactly what they were seeing in their eyes. So that's the reason why they don't teach it in school, to keep us separate, to keep us hating each other, hating whatever. But I actually did a lot of research growing up as a teenager and learned about multiracial rules, one of the multiracial heritage that was not taught in my school. Because in Texas, history classes are worse. Trust me. You think they're worse now? They're worse back then. So I went to the library there downtown and read a lot of stuff about who I am and other people as well. And that's why I'm so informed about racism stuff, politics, everything else. And that's why I know. So when you hear me say I want to go to Mexico when T'Challa wins, it's a historical moment that repeating itself, because during slavery days, a lot of people crossed that border who were African American descent. That's why I'm not upset about Mexican immigrants coming here. Okay? They didn't have no visas going to Mexico. They actually stayed in northern Mexico and stayed there, because I'm telling you, I would never come back. I definitely would never come back. If it was Jim Crow, I would never come back. I don't care if I had family here. Y'all can have a choice coming. You don't stay here or not. It's like the plantation. If we was on plantation and it was time to get out on Underground Railroad, you think I'm gonna waste my time and be hesitant? I'm gonna kick my behind out that plantation and go. And I ain't gonna wait on no brother or sister who don't want to go. So that's the reason why. Because history is repeating itself again. Minorities have been so dead and sleep to the point that someone like me, I'm annoying them, but when they have something, when things get hot and red on their behind, then they want to rise up and talk about this issue. So that's why I brought about Beyoncé. She's from Texas, and I understand the whole situation. So I mean to change the subject, but I hope it educate you on where I'm coming from. Because I would have to swim the Rio Grande too to get away from here during slavery days. And trust me, I ain't gonna talk about nobody calling me no nigga. If I don't tell nobody who's black as tall like this, I'll definitely tell nobody who's white as this either. Okay, because I don't play that shit. I'm in cuss on Palm Sunday, but still, I don't play that stuff. Alright? I have very self-respect for myself, and I definitely won't be put on this inferior complex. That's why I think so highly about who I am. And yeah, I am very uppity. Okay? And I ain't take no shame of that. So that's the reason why. Okay? And it's sad to see Latinos and African Americans fighting each other. Well, actually, we're related. We mix with black, white, and Native American. And not just only Mexicans, you have Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, and you have other people in Central South America who have the same dang all mixture, which is we look different due to the degrees of mixture. Point blank. Because if they knew about the mixing going on in Latin America, them three races mixing, I'm not being the one droppers, Latinos, including Mexico, will be classified as black. Point blank. That's very true. But they didn't. So that's why they didn't classify as that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying they should be classified. We should be classified as multiracial. Just we should have the multiracial category. NAACP and LULAC and all them civil rights organizations who was selling out that time to the Census Bureau back in 2099. They should never, in 98 as well. They should keep it like it is. Give us our multiracial category. They probably unite the whole country together. Because the majority of Americans, regardless of what they claim to be, do have multiracial background. And we were in majority, and we be the true melting pot we really are. Did y'all understand that? So, and as we're speaking of Beyonce, she's a multiracial woman. She's not a pure black woman. Okay? She's not like Pita Nyong'o. So when she says she was Creole and Negro, that's mixture, baby. Mixed, baby. That's not pure. So there's nothing anti-white about that. I can say she was all 100% black and hate white people and I don't want one drop of black blood makes me whole. That what I can stand. But in her song, Negro and Creole, that's a mixture, baby. Come on now. And part of that Creole mixture is white DNA. So there was nothing anti-white about her about her performance or about her video. Okay? Understand, y'all, people of African American descent are not pure black. I'm not a pure black person. I'm very proud of being mixed. Yes, I am. I don't want to be pure black. I want to be pure white or pure Native American. I'm glad that God put all them 3 components in my DNA to be being alive today. My parents are not pure black. My grandparents, none of us are pure black, no matter how dark or light we are. Because anybody that have mixed DNA ain't never going to be pure. And their children and their great-grandchildren and downline are never going to be pure. That DNA is screwed up to the end of time. Did y'all understand that? So I'm just letting you know, leave my girl Beyoncé alone. And Eric Holder and President Obama, you need. I wish I can clone my brain to y'all, because once I find out these cops were going to boycott the concert, I would have fired them and hired some new people. Because Eric Holder, brother, you got control of that Department of Safety over there, or Department of Justice, whatever it is. Okay, you got control. Excuse me, it ain't no Donald Trump person in charge. You're in charge. Can you do your job, bro? Please. Get beyond. If you really care about the people, you need to get these officers out and stop their pensions and everything else. They won't get no pensions. Because trust me, y'all lucky I don't run the government. I actually will run it how I want to run it. Then my Trump is crazy. I'll be crazy too if I become president. I had one person told me if I become president, they would run out the country. I said, go ahead and go. You know what I'm saying? So point is, and I'm 36, so I can actually run for president. I think about doing that. Anyway, point is, I would, Eric Holder, do your job, bro. Please get them cops who boycott Beyonce's performance, okay? Who boycott Beyonce's performance, and let them not work in the department no more. And if they ever go to another facility, no, I'm sorry, they're banned from working in law enforcement. That's actually going to contempt of their doggone job. Regardless, if they can protect the Ku Klux Klan and neo-Nazis and stuff, they can protect Donald Trump's supporters who are being violent thugs, okay, who are racist and stuff, spitting on people, beating on people, you know what I'm saying? Then they can protect Beyonce. And nothing racist about Beyonce. Beyonce is a multiracial woman. She was an African-American, French, and Native American. I think she had Irish in her too. I read on Wikipedia, okay. She's not a pure black woman. She's a very proud of her mixed background. So I want you to understand that. But she would defend her people of African American race. Regardless if we're pure, well, Memphis not. But you know what I'm talking about. Mixed with whatever, light dog, whatever. And that was the purpose of her song, her performance. She was making a statement, and I'm glad she did. And I'm glad that white Irish American guy told me about the true story of the Black Panther, because I had somebody close to me who was trying to be part of that movement, who's older than I am. So that's why I have a different mindset as they do. And they were trying to be Nation Islam, and it was beef between me, that person, and my family. That's why I have a different mindset as they do. Okay, and that's why I did thought that the Black Panthers were racist, just like the Nation Islam. But I found out later on they wasn't. They had white people who was helping them out. They was friends with the Brown Berets, so the Latino version of them. So therefore, I mean, I just didn't understand that. So I've been misinformed my own self. But Nation Islam, we know they're racist. We know they were found by a person who looked white. They thought it with dark hair. They thought he was a Mexican wild fall. We know that. Okay, yeah, he was mixed, y'all. He was not a full-blown white man, because I read in the Nation Islam about Verbal White, who left the Nation Islam, who also was persecuted by them, by the way. If they care about their people, about people so much, they're going to be doing this horrific attitude like the Ku Klux Klan would do to us. No wonder we got black on black races, black on black crime going on. Keyword. Point is, all right, he wrote that book, and I read a lot in that book, and I'm glad to read that book. Okay? So y'all, I would suggest y'all to read it. That's why I don't think I don't believe that stuff. I actually the opposite of what they believe in. I get called all type of sellouts. That's why I'm called the N-word from the white racist people on my channel. I'm called all type of sellouts and coons from these people. And like I said, I don't care, because I'm on either none of your side. The movement that I'm on is a multiracial American side. You understand the multiracial movement? That's what I believe in. That's what I go by. I live by the multiracial movement. I've been part of that movement since I was a teenager. That's 20 years. And I'm almost 40, couple more years. And I will stay in that movement to the day I die. There's even beef between us in the multiracial community. Online, trust me. And I do get ugly when they try to beef for me. You know that. That's that African and Native American and the crazy white person in me. the Frenchman and everything. Yeah, thank you. The wild African in the jungle and they all up in here. So that's why I act crazy and I take no apologies of it. With this camera skin, baby, and you know I look good. Bye, y'all. Have a nice day.